What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to a very, very special Thirsty Thursday. Today, we're going to do Members Night as per normal. So enjoy that. Got a couple gift cards ready for the members, so hang out for that. And also tonight, we're doing we're helping Jeff from Dropped and Forgotten do his 500 subscriber giveaway. And he has a very interesting artifact, a railroad spike that's been engraved from Dave Winkler Engraving. And so we're going to give that away as well. We're going to talk a little bit about where we stand with the metal detectors. So we're doing really well on that front as well. I think we're really close to having all of them done. So just mind you that over the next couple of weeks, we're not going to hesitate. We're going to get these last couple detectors out and maybe one extra. My goal is for one extra. We got somebody else that submitted, but a little bit late, and I want to make sure that they get a detector too. Everybody that's helped out on that front, I appreciate you all more than you know. There's been several people that I can always go back and show praise to. But if I say their name all the time, you know that they really helped out a lot. So they took my idea and helped me make it a reality. And for that, I'm forever indebted. And I know all the kids and the adults that are going to receive metal detectors from this deal are indebted as well. It's a great thing to do. We have an awesome community. And I'm very proud to say that every Thursday night with every one of you folks that shows up in here to hang out with me. I'm going to go through, but I'm going to bring Jeff up, and then so everybody can kind of get used to looking at Jeff and seeing him. This will be his first giveaway. It's for 500 subscribers, and it's an excellent, excellent prize. And I'm going to do my best to let you guys get to know him a little bit today, like I've gotten to know him over the last couple of months. So we're going to talk about some stuff after we say hi to the chat. But everybody, please take a second to welcome Mr. Jeff from Dropped and Forgotten. Hello, Jeff.
Hello, everybody. How are you guys tonight?
That's great. So we're gonna chit chat a little bit. We're gonna say hi to everybody. If you have not been over to Dropped and Forgotten's channel, most of you that are in here, I'm sure you have. Please get over there now and make sure you hit that subscribe button, because 500 is just the first big goal. There's more goals to follow, and be sure to check out some of the videos. But we're going to blow through some chat right now, say hello to some folks. I'm going to try to go fast since I have a guest up here today, but that way we can get to the meaty stuff quicker. First one in the chat today was Papa Rouse, Mr. Bill. Liked and shared. Those are huge. Just so you guys know, everybody, that when we reach 75 likes in here, there will be an extra prize for the chat, which would be another gift card. So if you come in, smash it and get there. Urban Gold Miner, welcome. Heck yeah, giveaway. Let's go. Absolutely. Lucky James Eller, one of my longtime subscribers. Thank you, sir. Another Monday Digger, Mr. Randy Riddle at Riddle's Relics. Mind you, Randy has contributed to this detector fund. So has Papa Rouse Bill. Those guys have been heavy, heavy contributors to help us get this done. So I appreciate them. Our good friend Kevin Hawthorne from Lakeland, Florida. My good buddy Mark, another contributor who's done a lot for this cause. Bad Idea Lab Joe. Relic Rat is in the chat. Hey, that rhymes. Just really quick, Jeff, how many people have you actually, had a back and forth with in here? Anybody that you've had other YouTubers you've had conversation with in the chat?
Oh, yeah. Relic Rack right there. I've just gotten to know him over the past month. Marty V, I got to meet him at one of the detecting events. I've talked to him. I met a 5 Mile down at in Missouri. I've met the Beard down in Missouri. So there's been a handful. And me and Ed, we go back and forth since we're kind of close. We're about 2.5 hours away. So we talk back and forth, and we're talking about getting together, maybe doing a collab. So that'll be fun.
Yeah, I really enjoy. I've chatted a lot with Ed, and I think you and him, that'd be a really good digging combination. He's got some really cool permissions there in Kansas City or in that area. I think it'd be worth 2.5 hours. That's about the distance between me and Higgles. So that's a pretty doable drive. Our good friend, Steven Stark. Let's go. Mr. Tom Kingery, football season's back, buddy. Did you get your picks in today? I didn't check. Mr. Rick Hay, what's going on, brother? Good to see you as well. I'm gonna do good today. I'm gonna get to the bottom of the chat. We're gonna have all kinds of time. There he is, Marty Burstall, right there. Miss Lucky Duck, Miss Colleen, how are you doing, my dear? Who's this guy right here? Dropped and forgotten. Let's see who else we got. Most everybody. 513, Mr. Travers in the chat. My brother right there. Good man right there. Thank you for your service. Miss Amanda just chilling. Ringo and Czar. Thank you both. There's Rick Hay again. What do we got here? Anything? Miss Mary's in the chat. Hello, all and little man. Thank you, Miss Mary. I appreciate you giving me grief. If you didn't pick on me, I think you didn't love me. Miss Silver Wishes is in the chat. Thank you so much. Let's see. I'm doing good to get to the bottom here today. Expressions of the Outdoors, Mr. Wayne, member for 31 months, bro. I appreciate you. For sure. Let's see. Hi-Ho Silver's in the chat. Mr. Ed did his first live stream on Monday. We absolutely spent about an hour and 40 minutes, man, and we absolutely killed it. It was such a good time. Everybody be sure to help Mr. Ed there get his watch hours. He could use the help. There's Tyler right there. Tyler, I see you were gifted a membership, so you're in here on Members Night. That's the way you do it. You take advantage of that. Let me find you on the other, and I'll get you. I will get you modded up by the end of the day, sir. Also, Traver is over on the Facebook, smashing the like over there. I appreciate that. Him and Randy both did that for me. That helps. Bud Files. Everybody check out the Bud Files. They support all of us. I'm going to get there today. Our good friend Brian Ollier. There's Randy over on Facebook. Mr. Ronnie. Porchy's in the chat. Welcome, my dear. Papa Rouse Bill gifted 5 memberships. Good to next month's Members Night. I appreciate you, Bill. Bill is one of the only people that's one of the fairly close people that I've not gotten down to see. Okay, there's Crap right there, formerly Mark the Berg Hunter. I see you changed it. I'll get you fixed up, Mark. Good to see you, my friend. Thank you for being here. I will get you fixed at some point. Let's see who else we got going here. Nice to see everybody tonight. There's my good buddy Chris right there. Show me treasure. Thank you so much. Chris, it's getting ready to get cold. We're going to have to do some marbles again. What do you say? Think I can talk you into that? Talk you into doing some marbles. That was some of the most fun I had, was giving away, buying and giving away some of Chris's marbles. What would you say there? I am working. I wanted to ask you a couple of questions. Hit you up tomorrow on Facebook anytime, Randy. You're more than welcome. But I'm going to tell you guys that what that does right there is that gets us to the bottom of chat before 9:15. So that's going to be really good. I'm going to open up another tab here really quick and get something set up so that I can take care of YouTube, because my StreamYard chat doesn't coincide very well. And get that done, and then we'll be in good shape. Let's see. 5 right there. I'm almost there, Mr. Jeff, and we'll have a conversation.
Yeah, no worries.
Got that. I'm going to fix Mark the Berg Hunter really quick. Formerly Mark the Berg Hunter.
While you're busy doing that, Randy there from Riddle's Relics, I don't know if he remembers, but I met him at the beginning of the year at Dig Fest, and also Colleen. She was at Dig Fest too, so I got to meet her, but she might not have remembered me because I don't really advertise Dropped and Forgotten when I'm out and about. I just do my thing and let people do their thing.
Yeah, I've never been big on that either, but you know, what's really weird is that at a certain point, some people, they see you and they know you as your channel, and the first time somebody recognized me from my channel that we was in an event, it felt kind of weird. I wasn't really sure how to take it. That's why I try to make sure that everybody calls me by my name, so that I don't have to feel that way. But I got you. I'm just I would rather it be, you know, first name basis there. A few more folks have stopped in. Gary's metal detecting. Check out Gary's premieres, all the beach detecting he does. It's absolutely really good. Former Monday Digger, always welcome back if he wants to. Man, we've had a lot of really good people go through there. James, if I can find that chat over here, I appreciate that. I do appreciate that. I love the community and everything that goes along with it. Also, Wayne, thank you for the super chat. Where's that orange Tony Tiger outfit you wore for Hi Ho Silver's Live? So listen, what that's about is that I told Ed, I said, man, I look really young in that thumbnail. That was my, he stole my picture off of my Simplex unboxing and assembly video, which is at least 5 years old. And he stole that picture on the first one. Well, on the second live, he decided he was going to mix it up and make it look a little different. So he used some AI to tell me to give me orange and black stripes. So he gave me orange and black stripes, and then it made me look like Huggy Bear from the 70s. It was pretty cool. So just getting back, you know, so are you fully retired now, Jeff?
I am. I don't plan to ever work again.
Man, when you say that, doesn't that put a big smile on your face?
Yeah.
So if you don't mind me asking, what did you do for a living?
So most of my career was in the Air Force. I spent 30 years as an aircraft maintenance crew chief.
Wow. So Air Force, you said 30 years?
Yep. That's as long as they let me stay. They didn't need no Geritol guys.
Wow. So, yeah, 30 years in the Air Force. That's a good time career. So did you ever work in the civilian world, or did you just retire from the Air Force?
Yeah, I did. When I retired, I was a contractor for Battle Space. I ran these cubes that where the pilots fly the drones. Which was cool about that is the drones are overseas and they're stateside flying these doing real world missions. So I was a manager of this site and ran the maintenance to fix the boxes. We call them boxes. So it's like a little mini cockpit in a box.
Oh, okay. So you did the repair work to those, or did you have any part in the design?
No, they were already built. I just managed the people and the operation for Battle Space at that site. I was a site manager.
Well, ironically, and you and I have a lot in common. Then I'm a facility operations manager for a casino, so I have a lot of the same day to days. So I know that that's a pretty challenging role sometimes. First of all, and I agree with Tyler. Didn't get a chance to mention that to you, but thank you for your service to the country. We all appreciate that. We love our vets in here for sure.
Appreciate it. I loved it. Maybe all days. Maybe there was 3 days I didn't enjoy it.
Maybe there was 3 days.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed it when I was on vacation and that. I couldn't wait to get back to work. I just loved my job.
Wow. So yeah, I mean, I like working too, but mine keeps me busy longer in the year than I want. I have a good bit of vacation, but it just seems like I lose my summers right now because of how busy we are. So you 30 years, and then you worked for a really cool facility manager job.
Yeah, and I only did that not to interrupt, but just to get that wasn't after that. I was headhunted by another company. They kind of pretty much gave me what I wanted, and I became again totally out of my spectrum. But again, it was about managing people, and I was an operation manager for fire truck building. So I was worked the finishing part of the fire truck building. So it was broke up. You had two production managers for each side of the facility. One was for the fabrication side, one was for the finishing side, the build and the finishing. So I kind of managed that.
So tell me how you felt, because now this is more of a personal question for me. Uh, what did you like most about managing people, and what did you like least about it?
In the Air Force, it was like family, but in the civilian world, I hated it. And I showed up to work one day because, I mean, maybe if I would have started there at the beginning of my life, it might have been a lot different. But yeah, I just showed up and I told them that, yeah, this isn't, I don't want to come here for 72 hours a week and hate life. Because from the Air Force, you went from going to work, loving to go to work, waking up, couldn't wait to get to work to make the mission happen. And then here I dreaded going to work. I was like, so I handed them my computer and I just walked out at lunchtime. I was like, I'm done. And they're like, you can't walk out. And I go, well, there's one thing I learned in the Air Force. I don't have an enlistment, so I can pretty much do what I want. And I walked out and I bought a pizza restaurant and I ran that until COVID. And that's pretty much what decided for me to retire, because my wife she goes, you worked hard all your life. And she said, I'm watching you literally die in front of me because this pizza, I just poured my heart into it. COVID hit and I was like, yeah, let's enjoy life. And while we're still here on this earth, and I shut the place down, liquidated everything, and haven't looked back.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah. So, I mean, that's really interesting because, I don't know that everybody has that perspective on a military, but after your work life in the civilian world wasn't much fun, and you bounced around trying to find something to do, and then you obviously put your heart into it, and then you retired. So how long after retirement did you pick up a metal detector?
That's a different story. So let's see. I've only been metal detecting. So I think this February. I think it's February. It'll be my or I'll be going into my third year. So I'm on my second year of YouTube. So probably a year prior to that, I picked up a metal detector for the first time, and it was a guy in the Air Force that would always post his finds on the Facebook page, and I would always comment, oh, that's pretty cool. And I started looking at getting into it, and I had the pinpointer and the pouch and the digger, the little shovel, hanging up without a metal detector for over a year. It just sat there. And then one day, I was like, I got to get out because I keep on seeing these posts. So I went out and did some research, and I decided on the Legend. And I feel that was a really good choice. It was easy to learn. It's hard to put down because I have a Deus 2 now, and the Legend is still the starting quarterback when I go out detecting. The Deus is second string. So,
Hey, just since everybody is just not to, we'll get right back to it. But hey, our good friend Buckle Boy is in the chat, and Buckle Boy just released a book. I think you can get it through American Digger magazine. You can reserve it there if you can't get it. But it's a 79 relic. I think it's $79, and it's a relic identification book. Please get over there and check it out. Support one of our community members that poured his heart into making something for the community. A vast wealth of knowledge. If you get a chance to get a hold of that book, I suggest everybody get it and at least thank him for his contribution to making this community better. Yeah, I want that book so bad. I just found out about it. I'm gonna make sure I get a copy.
Christmas is coming up.
Yeah, Christmas is coming up, all of y'all. That Relic ID book would look really good back here with my Civil War storyteller book, my Kentucky history book, my buckle book. I got a buckle book, a book about all the buckles that I've ever seen in history. A relic identification book would be spectacular.
I agree.
I really am looking forward to seeing it because I know that guy knows his stuff. Let's see. Yeah, Ed, I think you can reserve a copy on American Digger. I'm pretty sure that's what I was told. But yeah, and yeah, love my Legend. The Legend is so easy to use. It's very programmable to however you want to use it. And how do you like it compared to the Deus?
Oh, I love the Deus. I really can't talk too much on the Deus because I'm just starting to learn it. And the bad thing is I feel so comfortable with the Legend. I would hate to be learning with the Deus at a permission and miss something really good. So it's hard for me to pick the Deus up. I usually use it in the parks, and just recently, the guy that I hunt with, mostly Troy, he's been hitting this one place, and he's been tearing it up. I think I'm just doing a video just with Troy's stuff because I was out on vacation for a bit, so he went. I told him to go. He was trying to save it for us, but he found a lot of stuff, and then he wanted me to come back through with the Deus just to see, was it worth the stuff that people talk about? Is it really the real deal? Well, he gridded this one area, and I was able to sniff out a silver dime. So he was kind of impressed with that.
Yeah, the one thing is that I never down talk or really about any detector because I feel like they're programmed slightly different. And there's some days that I can take a Legend or an Equinox or even the Manicore, and I can go out into a different field or a different spot, and things sound just a little bit differently on each of those machines. So I think as long as your form is good and your swing pattern is the way it should be, I don't think you're going to miss a whole lot, but I think they all favor certain items. Like I feel like my Legend is a dime sniffer, right? I feel like it finds a small coin very, very, very well. But I've noticed that other machines that seem to. I had a Fisher back in the day, and it was really. It felt like every nickel that was in the ground, it sounded perfect on, and I found nickels with this machine, and so it just feels like they're all really programmed very well, and you just got to get used to all of them. And but I don't ever talk bad about them; they're just different.
I agree.
Yeah, Buckle Boy, I'm definitely I'm gonna reach out to you sooner rather than later, because I definitely want a copy of that book for sure, because I am all about identification. Shane's buying one for everyone tonight, bro. I wish I had that kind of jack. If I did, we would have a blast in here if I could afford that. Let's see. There's our good friend, Mr. Brockton Magnet Fisher. Hopefully you're doing well, Sean. It's nice to see you in the chat. So you hang out with your friend named Troy, and that's who you're doing most of your digging with. You know, I know you did some highlights in your last video, but what is your favorite find to date that you've sniffed out with a metal detector?
I had a feeling you're going to ask me that. I was going to dig it out. So everything I have found, I have in a box, or like coins. I tagged coins on the date I dug them and that. So my favorite find, they're all my favorite. I really enjoy it. It's like Christmas every time you open up a plug. But something that nobody finds, and I don't see too many people finding it anywhere. I found you get a lot of croto bells or different kind of bells. Well, I was able to find an elephant bell, and it's kind of neat. I knew I should have dug it out so I could show everybody.
Now you got me curious, so go ahead, keep talking.
Yeah, it's I should have dug it out. I feel bad. Anyways, it looks like it comes down like fingers, and it's like strips of metal, and the dinger was missing in it. But the research I did on it, it was since like in India you have elephants walking in the street. Yeah, that's what it looks like, and so they had the elephants walking in the streets, and it's to alert people that these massive creatures are coming through. And how one got to the U.S., maybe during the war or something, when someone was over there, I don't know, or a souvenir.
So that is really cool. I've never seen it, and you basically answered my next question. How did it get here? If it's a product that was from India, I wonder if somebody used it I wonder if somebody immigrated here and used it as like a sleigh bell, or put it on a cow or something when they was here. Do you know how much tarnish was on it? What did it look like when you found it? Did it look old?
So yeah, it looked like that. It looked iron, rusty in that. I would have to dig it out. I can't even remember what the metal was made out of. But yeah, it didn't have the dinger. I would have had it on the shelf. But yeah, it looked iron. But
wow, that's really cool. And where did you find that at?
It was at a house in Omaha, in one of the nicer districts. I think it was like a 1910 home. And what was special about that property is the lady homeschooled. So I usually do my door knocking around noon. I don't like to go any earlier. Sometimes I'll do 11, but she was homeschooling. I told her, I gave her my spiel and that, and she asked if her two daughters can, tag along and that, maybe they learn something. So I had them, as I dug the plug, I had them with the pinpointer trying to find stuff, and everything they found, I told them that they can keep and that. So it was a really fun hunt, very memorable. On that clip, the the 50 cent piece I found came from that house too. So this was pre YouTube days. These were just some clips that I had.
I got it. So yeah, that's the next question, right? What makes you go uh from finding a few finds and enjoying the hobby to wanting to create videos and putting your stuff out there?
So why I did YouTube, and I talked to Troy about this, actually, I told him what I was going to do. And I, so when I would go to the club meeting, I go to this, historical, metal detector club meeting once a month. And, I enjoyed seeing what people were digging. And I watched YouTube, and I enjoyed, watching the videos of people, what they found in that. So I just wanted to share, what I was finding, and that's why I started videotaping it. And then I talked to some people, about how to go about doing these videos and that. So I'm still learning. I still got a lot to learn. But the reason why I did it is because I want to just share with people, the things that are coming out of the ground. Maybe it'll inspire somebody.
Yeah, yeah, Buckle Boy. I looked up Sarnabelle as well, and they look very, very similar, but they're from India too. It looks like. Uh, I had never seen one before, so that's really kind of neat.
Yeah, that's
So
why it's my favorite, is because you don't see too many being dug, and so it's kind of unique to me, and that's why it's my favorite. It may not be that old, but it's still pretty cool.
no, it is. I don't have a Crotal Bell yet, and so at my
And
job, I have one on display. I got a Crotal Bell in there on display that a friend of mine dug up, and I told him, and I was so enamored with it. I told him that I was going to keep it, and I was going to put it up there on my shelf and display it proudly until I found one myself, and then I'll hand it back. And it's been 5 years. I've not. It's been at least 5 years since he handed it to me, and I still haven't found one yet. So it's high on my list.
yeah, it would be nice to find one. They're hard to find here in Nebraska.
Yeah, what's up, Rob? Good to see you. Uh,
I
but
really.
I'm on a long distance car in a long distance car. Well, be safe, Rob. Yeah, that's really really cool. So you started making YouTube videos, then so how did you find the community side of this? Where how did that come into play? Because uh, I mean, Ed told me his story about how he got hooked into the community. How did you find all of us?
It was you, Shane. I would, like I said, I liked, these, people that were showing their displays and talking about it, and I was in a couple different, forums. I didn't come across the, Ohio River history one. There was a couple other ones that you like would bounce in, and you would always, say hello and everything, and, so I remember you from, continual over the months. I just kept on seeing you pop up and that, and then, the algorithm must, put me
Yeah.
onto your station, and you were talking about sending videos in, and then same thing as Ed. I asked you, what's this video thing? You're like, oh, send me a clip and we'll put you on. I was like, cool.
Yeah, so I mean that's one of the things, and one of the things that I do is that everybody that comes around, I make my best effort to at least see what's going on. I want to know something about your channel. I want to know something about you. If you're going to spend your time in here with me, then I'm going to devote some of my time to you as well. And I've done that for a long time, and I've met so many incredible people. Right? It's such a nice place to meet folks. I mean, you think the internet's sketchy most of the time, and it could be, but you kind of go out there, you find out who seems to be your speed, and I always try to make conversation with folks, and met a lot of nice people, and I'm glad you found us because we enjoy having you on Mondays. Mondays is uh, super. It's special right now. It's getting ready to get go time because once you get into late September and October, video season gets in play when everybody starts getting cooped up in the house. Mr. Lodak, what's up, my brother? Good to see you. I'm going down here and go a little bit further around. So now you found us. Now you make videos. What's the next big one on your bucket list? What are you looking for right now that you haven't found?
I mean, I'm happy with anything I pull out of the dirt, but if I was out searching for something, there's a couple that are hard. See, I like the real hard ones in Nebraska, so I'm looking for a shield nickel.
That's a tough one.
And any seeded, I did find a seeded dime. Troy was lucky, found a seeded quarter. I was glad to be with him when he found that.
Jealous.
Yeah. So any of those older ones would be nice, but I'm not too picky. A Croto bell would be nice too. Those are hard to find in Nebraska.
So then go back, not going back so far, but have you what is the most like so like for me, I've not found an SLQ at all. So I haven't found a Standing Liberty quarter, and I haven't found a Benjamin half, a silver Benjamin half, but I found most every other coin in the 1900s. Is there one of those coins that's kind of evades you, that's kind of like a white whale that you're just not finding, that you're looking for?
So I mean, I think all the 1900 coins I've found. I don't think I found a silver 50-cent piece. Well, I did find the Walking Liberty. So I haven't found a Benjamin silver. So, and that's even newer, right? So,
yep.
But I wouldn't call it a white whale. I just haven't swung over it yet. I mean, maybe once I'm like 10 years and I haven't found one, we might call it a white whale. So
yeah, the Standing Liberty quarter has evaded me. I've got a ton of Washingtons. It seems like I find more Washington quarters that are silver than anything. But the Standing Liberties and the Benjamin halves, I haven't found those. Other than that, I still haven't found anything seeded. So and I've dug a lot of holes, and that's okay. It's nice if you find everything early. That shield nickel, I've only got one of them, and that I almost couldn't identify it. It was so rotten in the ground, basically. Dang it! Stop. I do have a couple 2-centers. I got one really nice one and one that's beat up to death. But after that, there's a lot of stuff that I haven't found. I've been really good with buttons and stuff too. So do you just door knock, or do you do like farm research? Have you done any field hunting? What's your bread and butter?
Well, I would say really door knocking right now. But I have had some farm permissions, and I'm got some permissions now that I'm so busy I can't get to, and I feel like they're going to slip away. But there's a couple farm fields. This guy, we went to this one town, and we just asked to do public land, right? Well, it started out with a church permission, and I got this church permission. And when we were down there, I got some public land, or the parks and some other places. So they gave me to a different guy to talk to, and then that guy talked to someone else. So like the whole town, it is such a small town. They just started talking, because you're in their town, and they're like, who's these people digging in our town, And so a couple people said, hey, I got a place over here. There used to be an old apple mill, orchard mill. And this other guy said, oh, I got this farmland. It used to be a house, a starter home, and now it was a pig thing. And that's where I found my 2-cent piece there. And toe tap was another one. And Troy found that gold ring. Oh, my goodness. And so this guy, he has several fields, and, doing research with that, with different schools and that. those are the ones that are fun. And hopefully this winter I got a couple more permissions that I'm trying to work on. But right now the crops are in the field, so it's kind of hard to get those permissions until after the harvest.
So, what are your favorite research tools? How do you study for looking for new sites?
I use so right now I do aerial maps. So I pick the two different dates, I overlay, and then just use the slider and go over. I just pick a zone, in the area, and I just start sliding across it. And if I see homes that were there, in the 1900s, and they're not there now, and then I start doing a little more focus and seeing who owns the land. So I use Regrid for property. I know a lot of people use OnixX for
I use that.
property, but I use Regrid for that, and that helps me out a lot. And but aerial maps is mostly, and then if I can find any old maps online, we use those too. We have a lot of me and Troy get some old maps and try to match them up with current era, but it's a little more difficult. Nebraska isn't probably as the stuff isn't as good as on the East Coast.
No, the further west you go, unless you're in the specific places, it does get tougher. Um, and especially going into the Midwest, because it is a tough area to hunt. Indiana, on the southeastern side of Indiana, getting close to Ohio, that it's still really pretty good there. Once you get up into central Indiana, that was mainly Indian land for a long time, all the way north. So there wasn't a lot of settlements there. It was closer to the river down here, so we see that a lot. I, I love them. I use OnX Hunt, and we use uh, GIS mapping. We have a program for the state of Indiana. Kentucky doesn't have it. That's why I still use OnX Hunt over here. But the GIS mapping is all gridded for all the counties in Indiana, which makes it really nice. But not everywhere has that.
Yeah, I try to use that, and I've tried to overlay that with current mapping, but for some reason it just doesn't line up that great out here.
Yeah.
Not as great as the YouTube videos, the people that do it on YouTube where it's perfectly matched, like in Ohio or something like that. And I'm like, I kind of gave up on it.
Yeah, you've got to really take it into consideration, because a lot of the early maps, and you know what, it really blows me away, because I have a couple of 1830s maps for the area, which there wasn't a whole lot here, but there was stuff here, and it's really amazing I'm gonna guess it was a cartographer that made it, the map maker, how well he defined curvatures in the river, the streams, the higher elevation, and how he designated what a map should look like for this area. Basically traveling it back when the land was still wild, and then you look at these maps in comparison to what it looks like from Google Earth, and his landmarks and stuff were pretty dang good. I mean, they're not 100% right, but they did a really nice job that far back. It makes you wonder how much work and effort they put into making those maps.
And I think with the as LiDAR comes more and more popular, LiDAR is going to be a big game changer for that.
Yeah, the U.S. Geological Survey had it on there, and there's a couple other websites that have LiDAR as well. I got a couple places that it really confuses me when I see some of what's underneath the tree, the tree canopies, for some of my areas where I live, and I see things that are one of them's in my city park that I love to dig, and there's a circle of trees that it looks like there was something inside of it once you take the trees out and look on the LiDAR, but it's so thick I can't get in there and dig, so I don't even know what was there. I've been asking the city if they would, hey, would you mind just chopping all that down for me? I want to know what's in there. It's about 100-foot circle, and I
Oh.
have no idea what's there. But LiDAR is super cool.
Get in there with a pinpointer or something.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty thick. So
after the winter die off.
yeah, I mean right there. There's Jeff from Brewers Prospecting. What's going on, my friend? Just so we know, we've been talking a little bit. It is already quarter till. I'm going to drop my first members race here, and we'll do the treasure fan portion of that. I want to thank those folks that are the upper end supporters of my channel. You guys are awesome. But we're going to go ahead and run that one really fast so that I don't lose too much track of time, because I hate going super late. But if the conversation and everybody's having a good time, we'll hang out. Here comes the share screen. And then here right at about the top of the hour, we're going to do Jeff's giveaway. So keep that in mind. Let's see. Is it this one? It is this one. All right. Share screen, super full screen. We're gonna disappear for a second, Jeff, but here we go.
Right on.
All right, everybody. Best of luck to you. Anybody that's in this group of 7, I appreciate you all. Some of you have been here since the very beginning. Much love. I'm gonna shuffle once, twice, 3 times. Drop me an email if you win, as I will not hunt you down. 3, 2, 1, go. So I got this race on this game session, and it's called Brain Rot, and I'm addicted to it. Look, Expressions of the Outdoor is a 4-legged, human-legged cat with a fish body. Jersey Ray Diggs is a bat. Digging It Back is a camel wearing boots in a refrigerator. Tell me, where in the heck does Italian Brain Rot come from? Does anybody know? Yeah, easy. What's up, Ezra? Good to see you, dog, my friend. Thank you. Bart Cubbins, welcome. Good luck to all you members, especially you guys in this race. You guys help me do my giveaways, and I appreciate you. Cat ate too much fish. You are what you eat. All right, we got a minute to go here. What is Georgianne? Georgianne is a 4-legged baby giraffe and a giant watermelon. And PK looks like a, I can't remember what they call that rodent that's really big, but looks like he's in a coconut. Randy's an angry coffee cup with a sword. Cavalry Relics is a weird teacup. I don't know. Wait till you see the other race. Can order Brain Rot keychains on Amazon. That's cool. Yeah, Randy says, I'm a coffee with a sword. Woot. All right, here we go. 10 seconds. Riddles is out front. Come on, Randy, hang on. Here comes Expressions. Here comes Jersey Ray Diggs. Miss Rachel gonna get the win.
Wow, those little legs.
Little legs she's a bat, and she gets it in there and gets it done. Miss Rachel, you know the rules. Send me an email, and I'll send you a gift card that you will not cash out forever.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Whoops. Let's do this. Hit the wrong screen. There we go. That was pretty great, Troy. I like the Italian Brain Rot. When we do my next one, we're gonna see. What I do want to do, Jeff, is I want to go through your video really fast here, since we're getting that close to on the time. It's going pretty fast in here today. Man, I tell you what, it's gone really fast.
It's crazy.
That's not a bat. Looks like a bat. What would it be, Andrew?
I thought it was a bat.
I don't know. Andrew's going to come up with something, because he busts on me every time. Papa Sticky in the house. What's up, bro? Stick man. Yeah. Yeah, the stick man won, but it's not you. Okay, so let me get here again. Okay, so I've got this. Let's see. On your video here, we're gonna do Ed's, or we're gonna do Jeff's here in just a second. Right there. All right. So, and I know some people put in 2 times, but we're going to get this right. I got Bart Cubbins. We're going to count them. That's 1. Mason Merck. That's 2. Cynthia Swearingen's 3. I love that name, Trash Panda Metal Detecting. That's awesome.
I believe he's from California, or out in California.
513 Travers in there. That's 4. Kiss the Fish Ed. He got it in there, just didn't get it perfectly. So that's 5. Then 5 Mile is 6. James Eller is 7. Mandy Brown is 8. Wendy didn't get it in there. Higgles is 9. Lucky Duck is 10. Urban Gold Miner is 11. Papa Rouse is 12. Jim Steele is 13. Marty Verstahl is 14. Grandma Kelly is 15. Jules 716 is 16. Brian Olier 17. Myself is 18 because I want that dang. I want that dang spike. Jim Steele already got in one. Angie and Rick's 19. Troy Wilburn is 20. And Steven Stark is 21. Okay. Let's count them up here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm missing 2 names. Okay, let's get the share screen up. Okay, missing 2 names. Let's figure out the 2 I'm missing, and then we're going to roll it off. Let's see. 513. So you got Mason Merck, James Eller, Mandy Brown, or Urban Gold. Let's see. I'm going to do this again. I'm going to keep bouncing back and forth till I got it right. I don't want to mess it up. Jules 716, Ohio River History, Jim Steele, Angie and Rick, Troy Wilburn, and Steven Stark. Okay. Jim Steele, Jules 716. Okay. We're doing good so far. Let's see. Brian is right there. Grandma Kelly. Let's make sure we got Grandma Kelly. Yes, we do. All right. Do we get Digging with Marty? Let's make sure. So tell us while I'm going through these, tell everybody a little bit about your engraving friend and chat him up a little bit.
Good. Yeah. So Dave, how I met Dave, he lives in the middle of Nebraska, and he was always out digging and posting his finds, and he's always real kind person. Hey, if anyone wants to go out digging, because people were like, oh, that's been hunted, that park, how you finding all this stuff? And he's like, well, come on out digging with me, and so I reached out to him. I was like, hey, I wouldn't mind joining up with you on a dig and that. And this was when I was still kind of new, pre-YouTube and that. And so he was a little closer to Omaha. He was visiting his mom over Easter. And then he also invited this other guy that I didn't know, Ty. And so we all went out to this city area, and I met Ty and him, and we spent the day out there looking for arrowheads. We were metal detecting. It was real fun, and haven't metal detected him again with him because he lives so far, about 3 hours, I think, 2.5 hours. But Ty only lives an hour, and me and Ty, he's been in some of my videos. So I hook up with him, and that we're real good friends now. And actually, he is going. I'll see him Saturday because I'm hosting one of our club get-togethers at a park. We're doing a treasure hunt, like a scavenger hunt and things like that. But back to Dave Winkler engraving. So he was making these railroad spikes for this museum, this a train museum, and I was like, man, them are really cool. Getting to talk to him, hey, can you make one with my logo on it? I wouldn't mind having them for giveaways, and just some real cool thing. And so he made me up one, and then he also made this other railroad one. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it has another railroad logo on there. But he can put any logo on anything. He uses railroad spikes because it kind of goes with the theme of, metal detecting, and every once in a while we'll come across the railroad spike. And one of those spikes, they have history to them. So he has a whole slew of emblems from different railroads that started out in the, that's how a lot of these towns were formed, was railroad communities. So I think it's pretty cool. He does have I posted it on my page, his email address if you needed any questions on any kind of engraving. He'll do a quality job. He's fair price. He's done this Civil War train one, and I told him I really like to be able to buy it off of him because it was nice, and I wanted to do that as my one of my giveaways. But he's going to end up sending it to me. And he was just too kind. Didn't charge me anything for it. But he's also on Facebook. I failed to mention that he's on Facebook. Look up Henry Winkler Engraving on Facebook. Like his page. Give him a like. Give him a comment. You've seen that. You've seen his work here.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Ohio History. I'm going to mess that up. Anyways, the Ohio River History, couldn't get the river out. Ohio River History Station. Mentioned Dropped and Forgotten, and the giveaway, and just, let him know that you've seen it and whatever kind words you have for him. I'm sure he would appreciate that.
But yeah, I will go ahead back and put some posts in my community tab after the stream tonight. So if anybody wants to check it out, where we ended up in this was we had a couple names that were in there twice because they didn't get it quite right. So we had a total of 20 at the time when I created the list. I fixed it right here and had to add one more that wasn't on at the original time. So if you're ready, Jeff, I'm ready to spin this off and pick a winner.
Yeah, right on.
All right, good luck, everybody that got entered. Thank you for watching Jeff's video on Monday Digs. Here we go.
Good luck, everybody. And thank you for your support.
Anytime, my brother. Brian is in the chat. Brian, he's right there. I see him.
Brian, no, right on.
Brian, you're going to have to get with Jeff here, or one way or the other, so you can get your prize.
And he can email that to me at Dropped and Forgotten, or my
Dropped and Forgotten at Gmail.
Yeah, let me open that up so I don't mislead anybody here. Yeah, it's going to be Dropped and Forgotten, all one word, no spaces, at gmail.com. And all lowercase, Dropped and Forgotten, keep it all together, at gmail.com. email me your information, and I check that email a lot. So, but if something happens and we can't get connected, Shane, get connected
Yep.
with Shane,
I talked to Brian on Facebook, so one
and
way or
then
the other, we'll get it done.
I can. Shane has my email too. It's a different email that he can give you too, but that one should work.
All right, Brian. Well, congratulations. Thank you
Yeah,
for
right on. I'm happy.
what's this? And just another shout out. Brian doesn't ever produce videos, or anything like that for us that I know of. But he supports Mondays by giving us a little share out there and helping us all out when we put out videos. Brian's one of the first ones to always comment and hit that share button, because when you hit the share button, I see the tag. So thank you very much. Very deserving winner.
Congrats, Brian.
All right. Here shortly, we got one more race to run tonight for the entry level of members. But it's been a really good time.
I had a lot of fun.
What is your next big metal detecting adventure? I mean, you obviously you do what you want when you want now. So what's next for Jeff?
So metal detecting, it's been real hot here and it's been dry. We've had some rain, but I do a lot more than metal detect. Like I said, I enjoy life. I would go out jeeping. That's why I missed 3 weeks of your show. It might have been 4 weeks. I was on the East Coast, just wheeling hard on the rocks. I'm going to try to add a couple pictures into my next video where Troy is going to take the lead on all the digs while I was out and about. But I'm going to sneak in some of my rock crawling video. And then I do travel a lot. I try to get, I'm going to be missing out the next 3 weeks coming up. I'm getting ready to go to Africa. So hopefully when I get back, I'm going to try to hook up with Ed down in Kansas City somewhere. And I'm going to try to get out into those fields and hopefully produce some good content and find some stuff that hasn't been seen or has been dropped and forgotten over the years, and see if we can bring it back and, share that.
Yeah. Wayne at Expression says he's a Jeeper as well. Well, I tell you what, that's a hobby that can get very expensive fast, right?
Yeah, sadly, I just sold my Jeep, but I'm ready for the next level. I do some crazy rocks. I had 40s and 1 tons, but I think I'm leaning more towards a buggy right now. I'm gonna get some even crazier stuff. So yeah, it does get expensive, Shane.
Yeah, I was going to say that sounds like one that would get, well, anything with the word Jeep in it gets costly. So Africa, are you doing like a safari, or are you going to go to Egypt? What Africa's a big place. What are you doing?
Yeah, so I'm going into 4 different countries, actually 5. I'm going to make a pit stop in Dubai and spend the night there. But yeah, I'm going to Africa. I'm going up to Uganda. I'm going to go into the mountains, hike into the mountains, spend some time with the apes, just sit with the ape family, just check out their, their life, just sit there and enjoy that. Then after that, I'm going to come out. I'm going to work my way down into Kenya and Tanzania and do safari stuff, look for the big 5, going into some of the national parks and those kind of things, watch the Great Migration. Everyone talks about the Great Migration. So hopefully I'll get some really cool pictures of, the different animals out there.
Yeah, I think that sounds like a vacation of a lifetime. Just curious. I mean, you don't have to give the specifics, but how do you book something like that, or how do you plan that out? I mean, it seems like, does somebody set your itinerary for you? Is it a package? Did you just kind of pick everything and buy all your tickets yourself? How did you figure out how you wanted to do that?
Well, hopefully, like we do research with metal detecting sites. You know, when you're planning a trip at this magnitude, you do some research, and hopefully my research is good because I worry. You know, I'm going into a foreign country. I'm going with this stranger, and he's supposed to have this company that's going to get me through 4 different borders and 4 different countries, and you know, to see everything I asked for. So yeah, I just put it out there. I looked at a different tour companies that were offering safaris, and they first come back and they give you their you know, typical thing. Hey, how does this look? You know, do you want to go here, here, and here? Till they get to know your wants. You adjust it, and then they give you a price, and you either say, yeah, I agree, or I'll move on to a different company. So that's pretty much how it worked out. I was working with 4 different companies, and this guy Abby is I've been working with him. Hopefully everything works out, because I haven't seen him face to face. I don't know him. You trust these people, so, and you know, but we'll see how it goes. And I'm leaving here in 10 days, so next Monday. On Monday.
Definitely hope you enjoy, and good luck. And I'm going to post this comment just because it made me laugh, but it's not necessarily a good one. But my buddy Andrew says, great, another kidnapping story in the making. I hope that doesn't come to fruition, but that kind of went through my head. I ain't gonna lie, because when, you know, to me that's a big risk, because most of those countries are considered third world, and they're not necessarily safe, right?
Yeah, you should hear my Andrew. You should hear my mom on the telephone when I tell her my next adventure. You know, I last year I was in Japan, and I did a 2-week trek through Japan. It was backpack and train rides, and I went with one of my old commanders from the Air Force, and because he's a real big baseball guy, and he wanted to go over for the Japanese baseball, and I was like, I'll put it in the itinerary, and we're going to get some baseball games in. But I had him running all through that country. We were hopping on trains. I got to climb Mount Fuji. It was just the best 2 weeks a guy can ask for. And then in February, scared my mom again. I went down to Colombia on this expedition with, you know, a handful of people, and I was trekking through the Andes, looking for. That was a metal detecting trip through the Andes, looking for the Musca hidden gold in that. So that was very interesting.
Oh yeah, everybody's got. Johnny says Japan is probably one of the safest countries. I would probably believe that.
Cleanest too.
Yeah, for as small as it is, they got to take care of their land, right? It's not huge. It's after my regular go time, so I'm gonna run the other race here really fast for all of our basic members, which most of you in the chat are involved with. I'm gonna get that share screen up really fast here, and we're gonna run that off. And there it is. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, ready. I will not make you guys wait any longer. All right, there we go. I'm going to get that full screen. Oops. It's not what I wanted.
That's a lot of people.
Escape. Well, maybe it's going to do that either way. All right, let's get that off of here. Get those off there. I want to get a couple shuffles in here, maybe. Why does it look like this time? All right, I guess that's going to have to do. Oh, right there. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Now we're going to talk about some of these other characters here. I see a hopping green gorilla inside of a banana. Let's see. I see a jacked up orange, which is Chris Wicked Digger. He's got abs. I see a frog tire, an alligator melon. Motor City Magnafisher is a shark with legs. Can Slaw 2 is a camel in a Volkswagen Beetle. Dig Dug is a hippopotamus inside a cactus. I really got to figure out this Italian brain rot stuff. Let's see. HD Chevrolet, tire, frog. Salty Magnafisher is a green elephant with red shoes. That one should be Higgles. What else we got? What else is coming up? Let's see. There we go. There's a dolphin banana. Karen Ounce is a cup of coffee. Happy Plague Doctor is a bird in like a Caesar outfit with, I don't know. I give up. Let's see. 44 seconds to go. What do we got here? Who's going to take the lead? The green elephant with an alarm clock in its trunk. Here comes a cappuccino in a ballerina outfit. Ronnie is a catfish. Let's see. Who's it going to be? 29 seconds to go. Here comes Autism Mary as a bat. Julie, Silver Wishes, both up to the front. They start falling back off. James Eller, William E. up front right now. Who's it gonna be? Here comes Team Lynch. It's a cappuccino machine, a ballerina. Who's it gonna be? Oh, 4 seconds. Here comes the thing. Yankee Down South. Greg is the winner. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yankee Down South is the winner. If anybody sees Mr. Greg, let him know to send me an email, and I will gladly get his prize out to him. Tyler said, I'm a shark. Let's see. There was a couple sharks, Tyler. I was so confused. Yeah, me too. Let's get these back up here. Get that closed out. Where did it go? I was so confused. Yeah, this Italian brain rot I haven't quite figured out yet. Congrats to Greg from Yankee Down South. Anybody that make sure that he gets a hold of me at this email address, and I will make sure he gets his prize out. He doesn't stop in here that often, so got to make sure he gets his prize. Members don't have to be present. Let's go. But anyway, I just, man, Jeff, tonight I had a lot of fun, brother. I
did too.
It's really nice getting to know you a little bit better, and hopefully everybody in the community has a better image of who you are, and it'll make your videos a little more personable. And enjoy your 3 weeks in Africa. I got to admit, I'm kind of jealous. So,
too. But yeah, I should have fun. Hopefully, I don't get kidnapped and taken to some diamond mine or something.
Well, I mean, I think you'll be all right for that aspect of it. But I've just, and you know what? Probably what we've seen is the absolute worst. You probably won't see anything other than maybe. I mean, you're going to see some poverty because there's not a lot of money in those countries unless you're one of very few people. But every time I know anybody that's went over there, they've come back with a great experience. So Africa is definitely a bucket list destination. Look at that. There's Rob right there. You couldn't pay me to go to Africa. Rob, why wouldn't you go to Africa, Rob? It'd be a great experience for you, sir.
I'm sure he has other places he'd rather go.
Yep. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate you. We will see you guys. I am not sure on my next scheduled day, but next time I'm in here, we're gonna hand out another adult metal detector to one of the people on the list, or my one additional entry. So that will be the next time. I'm not saying that I will or will not be here next week. I'm not 100% positive right now, but Anybody that was in here today, thank you guys for hanging out. Much appreciated. I know Jeff appreciates you watching this video and participating. Any final words for the crew before we hit the button, Jeff?
No, like Shane said, I really appreciate you guys. Thanks for everybody, the comments. I enjoy the comments. I love reading them. I just want to say thanks to Shane for all he does for this community. You know, a lot of us, he helps a lot of us out, and very grateful. Again, Dave Winkler, give him a shout out too. And I appreciate him. He sponsored this giveaway tonight, and without him, I wouldn't be able to do it. So I definitely thank him for everything he's doing for the metal detecting community and the history aspect of it. He's working with museums and that down in his area. So, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully, Angie and Rick, they're preparing some questions. They have me coming on. I think it is the first week in October. We'll see how that goes. But
Well,
this is fun. I love doing this. I could do this every week.
hey, that's it, man. You put yourself out there and make some new friends. I'm sure Angie and Rick will. Angie's probably going to pick up some safari questions for you for sure, because that's what I'm going to want to know about when you get back. Just be careful if you go to visit Angie. Don't get within arm's length of her. I hear she likes to hit people.
Okay.
All right, folks. That's it for tonight. Much love to everybody. We'll see you all on Monday Digs. Please look into my community tab, because I will put in a Dave Winkler link, and we can show him some love. And Jeff, I may get with him and purchase some stuff for giveaways from him so that I can use it. So
He would really like that.
That seems like that'd be a pretty good idea for around Christmas time.
Yeah.
But everybody else, much love, and I'll see you all next time.